Hello and welcome back to my survival world where I am building the tallest Minecraft base. In the last episode I captured a few mobs and reached a height of 455 blocks. I also built a second of 8 custom biomes. In this episode I will build the third biome, try myself at parkour and build up the tower to a height of 500 blocks. The color of the third biome is white. In the middle we have an iron monument surrounding the central beacon. It has a flower shape and is lit with sea lanterns. As all other monuments, it is covered in glass. The surrounding winter landscape is inspired by the Lena pillars in Siberia. On the sides I dig ice canyons to break up the area into smaller parts. In the back I place the snow-covered rocky pillars. These will serve as a background for the rest of the biome. Then I add some smaller elements. Ice spikes using all kinds of ice as well as light blue glass and some snow-covered spruce trees. Each spruce tree has a slightly different design. The entire ground is covered in snow and I add also a few smaller rocks to break up the otherwise white landscape. And now that the third biome is finished, I can continue building the tower itself. To the tower I want to add a parkour course. The design is based on the popular Ether mod. While I have never played the mod myself, I got a decent idea of what it looks like from screenshots. For the Ether theme I planned 2 larger builds and several small floating islands. First build is the Ether whale. The second build is a temple placed on a cloud. Just like with the whale, I don't copy the design, but build my own inspired by the mod. What makes this temple a little unique is the iron trapdoors. Here I use levers and redstone torches to activate them. The temple is topped by an ornate roof incorporating the raw gold block. Now I build the floating islands that make up the outside section of the parkour. After that I add the inside section. Next to the temple I construct a tower from the Subotica city hall in Serbia and with that reach a height of 500 blocks. On the western facade I finally placed the Maori Warenui from Auckland in New Zealand. This was requested by several comments. On top of it I put the Spalentor in the Swiss city of Basel as it offers a unique medieval themed build for the tower. I've spent some time decorating and cleaning up, and in the process I've used up almost all of my terracotta for the walls and the floor. But the parkour course is now finished and I can try it out, so let's start. I have to mention I'm not good at parkour because I've never done that. But in theory all the jumps should be possible. Only getting all the jumps together might prove difficult. Now we are in the outdoor section that has the slight difficulty that we will fall down if I miss a jump. But let's try this one. Okay. Good thing I have the elytra. And I've completed the parkour. I managed to do it in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. So, I also arbitrarily defined this ledge as a checkpoint. I've even placed a ladder here, and I've also defined that back fin of the ether whale as a checkpoint, more or less, because otherwise it would take too long. At least for me. Maybe there are some people who could do it in one try. If you want to try it, you could download the world. A download link is in the description. The last thing I want to build today is a sky lobby. I have currently 5 bubble elevators. The highest will reach this lobby, and from there players will switch elevators to reach the higher floors. After laying out the circular shape of the lobby, I connect it to the areas below. The lobby itself will from the outside look like a Roman amphitheater with 2 rows of sandstone arches. After finishing the first row, I go over to designing the floor. Smooth quartz serves as the base of the floor, floral patterns are added as decoration. On one end I add the elevators that at some point will transport players to even higher floors. Behind them is hidden the staircase that leads up to the lobby. Now I add the second row of sandstone arches and plant grass on the terraces between the 2 levels. The ceiling will imitate the night sky. This effect is achieved by placing a pitch black concrete background and then adding several alternating layers of end rods and black stained glass below it. In the center sits a staircase that circles around a glass column. If you are wondering, I changed the textures of the glass into concrete to make it easier to build. The only things left to do is first filling in the water for the elevators, and secondly adding glow squids into that column. For the second part, however, I have not the slightest idea how I will do that, because I have not yet found a way to effectively transport glow squids from the bottom of the world, where they spawn, to the top here, 500 blocks high in the air. So I will leave that for later once I have an idea. I now want to do some cleanup and decorate some empty rooms on the lower levels of the base. This one is now a mini golf course. I also decorated a few more rooms. Since I have now reached the halfway point of the tower, I will end this video with a cinematic of my base from the bottom of the world to the pinnacle of the tower. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see how the build continues, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions on what I could add. That's all for today, have a beautiful time, and goodbye.